Okay, so hydrocarbon has 4 types. Okay, what are its types? That is the single bond, that is the alkanes, the double bond, the alkenes, the triple bond, the alkynes, and the ring. And that ring is known as cycloalkane. So for this morning, we will discuss how to name and write the structure of alkanes and the cycloalkanes. Okay, so here are the key questions. So the key questions, of course, are how are we going to write the formula of the alkanes? What are its isomers, constitutional isomers? So how do we name the alkanes? Where is the source of that alkanes? Okay, and what are cycloalkanes? They are the ring. And what are the shapes of alkanes? How alkanes differ from cycloalkanes? What are cis? If you talk about cis, meaning same side trans, opposite side of that cycloalkanes, and its properties. And the last one is the characteristic or its reaction. Though alkanes are not so reactive, there are certain reactions which could be determined in the alkanes. And what are haloalkanes? So how are we going to write the structural formula of alkanes? So alkanes are known to be saturated. Ayo bali ha? Ang saturated meaning your carbon has all the hydrogen. All the hydrogen, meaning it is being branched out with all the hydrogen. Walay kulang. No? That is why in the alkanes, they are called as saturated, meaning it has complete hydrogen in each branch, or it has a single bond. That is an alkane. Okay. So what are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons, all of those compound that mostly comprises of hydrogen and carbon. That is why it's called hydrocarbon. Okay, so here it is. There are 4 classes of hydrocarbons. That is the alkanes. That is carbon single bond. The alkenes, it ends, all of it will end with ANES, anes. For the alkenes, that is 1 or more carbon double bond. Basta kay na ay double bond, that is an alkenes. It will end with ENES, enes. Then the alkynes, it will have a triple bond. 1 or more carbon comprises of a triple bond, and it will end with anes. Now, YNES, anes, anes. Now, and the last one are the arenes. Sometimes arene is known as the benzene ring. Okay, so 1 or more benzene ring is present. A recap, hydrocarbon has 4. That is the alkanes, single bond. The alkenes, double bond. The alkynes, triple bond. The arenes or the aromatic, tuloy ang ngalan, aromatic hydrocarbon, the arenes or the benzene ring. It has a benzene ring. Okay, that's it. So that is hydrocarbons. So example of this is the 2 carbon. No? So later on, we will go on to its parent name. If this is our alkanes, take a look. Your carbon here has a single bond. And this is saturated. In what way? Kanita na naagyo siya hydrogen kompleto. Diba? Then we have the ethylene. Or this could be named as ethene. So, sa N, E-N-E, kani and A-N-E. Okay. This is unsaturated. What do you mean by unsaturated? Dili na kumpleto ang hydrogen sa imong carbon because there is already a double bond. As I have said, basta mag-double bond na ni siya, kaning carbon ni mo nga niya, minusan ni mo og hydrogen usa. Kana pod minusan ni mo usa. If this is CH3, CH2 na lang. This one, CH2. Okay, here. We have this one. This is ethane, no? Ethane or acetylene ang ngalan niya. Okay, so it's a triple bond. As I have said, basta triple bond na gani, your carbon nga na ay triple bond, that will be -2 for your hydrogen. Actually, this should be CH3 minus 2 CH na lang. Why? Because and every bond that comprises of 2 hydrogen. Na? So that is 2, 2. So minus gani ang 2, minus po gani ang CH. And the last one is benzene ring. Benzene ring, ana. It has a 6 side, na? And this benzene ring has a molecular formula of C6H6. Okay. Later on, na nato na i-discuss. Okay. So, it is saturated. Saturated because your carbon has only single bond. Unsaturated if there is a presence of a double or triple bond or a benzene ring with benzene ring that is unsaturated. Okay. What are aliphatic? Aliphatic are an alkane. Basta aliphatic gani alkane. Other name for alkane is aliphatic hydrocarbon. So this is the methane. Can you still remember your inorganic? Okay, so your carbon is at the center. And what makes, we had discussed that in our introduction, what makes our carbon unique? Because it could have a valence of 4 and it could have a complete valence of 4. Siya ra gyud na siya ang valence of 4 and it has the ability to bond with other elements. And every kada anak niya is 109. The angle here from hydrogen to the next hydrogen is 109.5 degrees. Okay, that is a methane. This is using a ball and stick. If we had only that in the face-to-face, tagod na siya makita na to, ma-arrange na to ang ball and stick model, but not on online. This is the second one, that is the ethane. So how many carbon? You have 2 carbons and there are 3. Okay, 3 hydrogen in each carbon. Okay, that's it. So we can use also a line angle formula. How it is being used. Okay, so we had already had it last time, pero karon mas grabe ka kuan, simplified kaayo. So how it is being used? Every end of that will have the carbon end. Okay, for instance, this is your propane. How many carbon for propane? That is 1, 2, 3. So looking into this is 1. Kani, di ba? Kana maoy carbon nga na, kana another carbon, kana another carbon. Now, that is propane. 3 carbons. This is butane. So it starts with, mo nang anak siya, starts with what? That, saka, kana rin siya. Ubos, pasaka, ubos, pasaka, ubos, pasaka, anak. No? Start yung ubos, ha? Let us have it that way, ya. Dili kami start yung ibabaw, ha? Kana nga siya. Ubos, ana, up, down. Start, ha? Pasaka, paubos, pasaka, paubos. Like that, no? So this is propane, this is butane. Where, how will you know how many carbons? Kaning end to end niya, kanang end niya. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, pentane, there are 5 carbons. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is a line angle formula or line formula. Okay, so butane is very common. Kanang mga manigarilyuhay, this is in place in the lighter. That is butane. So it's a fuel in the lighter. Butane molecules are present both in liquid and gaseous. That is why this one is in gaseous. Napoy butane, the one that you are using in your gasol, that one, kanang ginapalit nga na, that is not in a liquid, but it is in a gaseous. This one is in the liquid form. That's butane. Okay, so it has a formula of CH3, CH2. This one is known as homologous series. Homologous meaning magsunod-sunod na ganing CH CH2, if there will be 5 CH2, all you have to do is have it in a shortcut. No? Place CH2 in, what you call this, in a parenthesis, then count how many CH2. Then place it here. That is a condensed formula. That is, that CH2 there, the continuous CH2 is known as the homologous series. Okay, that's it. So, the structural formula of pentane contains methylene. Okay, kung nanagyan yung methylene, that will be methane. Okay, methyl. Otro na. So, here it is. This is, as I have said, that you are going to memorize. Okay, so 1 carbon, that's methane. 2 carbons, ethane. Propane, 3 carbons. Butane, 4 carbons. Pentane, 5 carbons. Hexane, 6 carbon. Heptane, 7 carbons. Octane, 8 carbons. Nonane, 9 carbons. Decane, 10 carbons. Ondecane, 11 carbons. And dodecane, that is 12 carbons. So, take a look. So, methane is siya, CH4, then followed by CH3. As I have said, mga bata, basta gani alkane ang pinakauna, CH3, ang pinaka-last, CH3. Mag-follow dayon, ang mo sunod-sunod is CH2. Unless ma-branch out na siya.
Okay, ma-branch out na siya.
So, this is the condensed. Kung sa'y condensed, di ni kondensada ha. Condensed nga naman gi shortcut. That is why it's so-called condensed. Okay. So, this is the molecular formula. No, this is the molecular formula. Molecular formula is the exact, no? This one is the structural, but it is in a condensed way. Okay. So, to, sulti ni ma'am, memorize on gikan sa methane until decane. Ha? No. So, what are constitutional isomers? So, these are compounds with the same molecular formula, but they will differ in the structure, in the connectivity of the structure. Okay, that is constitutional isomers. No? So, they will differ in their structural formula. We mean, ang usa, pareho sila og, what you call this, pareho sila og number of carbons, number of hydrogen. Pero, the other one is an alkane. The other one is an alkene. Ana siya. So, why? It will differ in the structural, the connectivity in the structure of your molecule. Okay. That is it. So, for instance, molecular formula, CH4. Then there was CH2, 6. This is methane, ethane. Then, this is propane. That is molecular formula. Na? Tawag anak molecular formula. Katong pinaka-exact. Tapos, kwintaw na yun ang carbon o hydrogen. No? Anak siya. That is molecular formula. Then, that one. Na? So, this is now the molecular. This is now the structural formula. Kani, if it is butane, C4H10, this is the line. This is the structural formula, mauna siya. Na? So, ang iyang molecular formula is CH4H10. Then, take a look. Take a look. Na? So, here, it is a 2-methyl propane. 2-methyl man. This is carbon 1, 2, 3. So, ibutang ang ngalan sa parent name, that is propane, but there is a methyl. Where can we find the methyl? It is in carbon 2. That is 2-methyl propane. No? Small letter lang ni mga bata, ha? 2-methyl propane. Okay. If you will have this in a molecular formula, this is C4H10. Kani, pila man po ni? Pila ka carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4. C4. Pila ka hydrogen? 3, 6, 9, 10. Pareho sila, no? They are the same. They have the same molecular formula. But take a look. They differ in the structural formula. And they are isomers. What kind of an isomers is structural isomers? The same molecular formula, but they differ in the structure. Okay? That's it. Claro? So that is constitutional isomerism. So the structural formula, each of the following represent the same compound or constitutional isomers, but they will differ in its structure. Kani? Tanawa ni. What is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is hexane. Kani po, hexane po ni siya. Di ba? Oh. But, paubos ra ni siya nga naa. Pero, they are constitutional isomers. Di ka ini siya klaro. Kaning duha mo oy mag-differ. No? So, here. How are we going to name this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Na? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, 5. Di ba? Long continuous, no? Long continuous carbon chain. So you will start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is 5? What is 5? It's pentane. Okay. If it is pentane, what happened? Now, take a look. There is a branching here in carbon. Pwede mo nga mag-start. Tapos, kana, na? Pwede po na. Okay. 1, 2. Diba? Pariho sila na dahil methyl nga niya. Kanipod, pariho ra po ni siya. 1, 2. Bisag asa ani. Okay, pwede nimo mag-start. Okay. Let us get first the molecular formula. How many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is heptane. That is C7. Then how many hydrogen? That is ang hunaw-hunaw lang ninyo ba sa alkane gani ang formula is CnH2n plus 2. Therefore, plus 2. Na Cn, ang N ninyo is number of carbon. Pila? It's 7. What will be your formula here? 2n plus 2. So, 2 times 7, 14 plus 2, 16. Na? Sayo na, no? So, this is the molecular formula here. So, molecular formula nila pariho, C7H16. But they differ in the structure because this is 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4 dimethyl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4 dimethyl, that is pentane. No? 2-methyl, no? 2, 4 dimethyl pentane. Kaning usa. Kanilahi po. This is 1, 2. Start nga ni. That is 2, what's this? 2-methyl, 2, 3. 2, 3. This is 2, 3. Nga naman. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 dimethyl, it's still pentane. So they differ in the structure. That is it. So what are its solution? So what happened is there are structural formula, no, unbranched chain kana siya. That is it. Nag-branch siya nga but still continuous na siya. Continuous. So it's still hexane ni siya, kan hexane gyapon ni siya. Okay. Pwede po isuwat ana hexane gyapon siya. No? Basta continuous. That is how you are going to name the formula. How about this one? Okay. Writing the line? Okay, that is, diba? 1, pila? 5. No? That's pentane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a methyl in carbon 4. Butangi dahin ana. There is a methyl in carbon 2. Siya. Ana pagsuwat. Na? Kani is the what? The structural formula. This one is the line formula. The other one. Na? This is carbon. Nganong ganhiman ta nagsugod? Because we will look into the nearest branching. Kung nganhita carbon 3 man. Kung mag-carbon 1, 2, 3. Ang carbon 1, 2, 3. Kung nga na mag-carbon 1, what happened is, layo ni siya. The nearest branching is at carbon 2. So, let's have carbon 1 here. It will depend on the branching to get the parent name. Therefore, this carbon 1, 2. Oh, there is methyl in carbon 2. There is methyl in carbon 3. Have it that in the structure, in the line, ana siya. Ha? Okay. So, ayun na ni. Kamo na bahala na. Unya na. Daghan mo. I will be giving by tomorrow or to this evening. I will be giving now your activities that you are going to do. By the way, BCD1 and BCD2, usa na lang mo, hatag na lang mo activity ka. Ang activity, ansera na lang ninyo. Sige na lang, ako na lang ingnan inyong laboratory instructor nga. Ako na yung hatag activity ninyo kay aron usara kay ang grado. Di ko maghulat sa grado sa inyong laboratory. Usaho na lang, ako na lang mo butang. No? Okay, so that's it. So how are we going to draw the line of this? Okay, that is it. That is a 6-carbon unbranched chain. Na? So what is 6-hexane? Okay, that is, kung mag-branch po siya, 6 gihapon. Pero na ay methyl nga ni sa carbon 2 or na ay methyl nga ni sa carbon 3. But they are constitutional isomers. They have the same molecular formula of C6H. Sa man, pila mang H? C6, your N is 2. 2 times 6, 12 plus 2. Therefore, your molecular formula is C6H14. Okay? I hope you are following. Okay. Okay, that is it. That is 4 carbon. Kung 4 carbon, that is C4H. 2 times 4, 8 plus 2. C4H10. Basta alkane gani, it has a general formula of CnH2n plus 2. Your N there is the carbon, number of carbon. Okay? Your hydrogen, how are you going to get the number of your hydrogen? Multiply it with the number of your carbon plus 2. Dili na pareho ang alkene ha, alkane patak. Okay, that's it. So, that is it. No? Take a look. Lahira gyud di I know dako kayo ang molecular, no? That's the constitutional isomers here, no? CH4 usa ra gyud kabuk iyang formula kani. Ang C5H12 pila kabuk isomers, pila imong mahimo nga pareho sila og molecular formula, but they will differ in its structure. Tulo ka buok. Then C10, pila ka buok? H22. Oh, there will be 75 isomers. C15 kana, so on so forth. No? Okay. So how do we name the alkanes? We will be using the IUPAC. Okay. What is IUPAC? Okay. Tamban! Kuya! Kayo sa intermission. Tuan na, nawa na. Dagana sa kayo, kwarta ka hospital. Okay, so the IUPAC, lami ang taban prituhon. Okay, intermission. So the IUPAC is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. This is a way of naming our compounds in a way that they will have the same throughout. So that is an IUPAC. So an IUPAC for alkane, it has this way. No? The prefix that show the number of carbon atoms in the chain, no? That is the ane. No? Then the suffix-ane. No? Prefix before the carbon, meaning if you have additional duha ka methyl, you will be using that prefix. Di, duha, try kung mo-appear siya kaduha, that is di. Kung mo-appear siya katulo, it's try. Kung mo-appear siya ka-apat sa branching, that is tetra. Then, you will be naming it with the end of ane, ane. That is what? Methane, propane, butane. Okay, like that. That is how to name it. Nah? That's the myth. This is the parent name. Nah? Meth, F, prop, bot. 10 minutes pa. Okay. Pen, so on and so forth. No? So, ang prefix is hex. Dito mo po hex. 6-man hex. No? Actually, in the prefix, the most common that we are using is the di, tri, tetra. Kana ra gyud. No? Tulo ra gyud. Okay? Lisod po. og mo appear siya kang 5. Pero nighttime mo appear. So just have it di, tri, tetra, then penta. No, like that. So here is it. Kung ang what you call this? Kung ang imong methane will be a branch, you can no longer name it as methane. It will end with YL, methyl. If your ethane will be a branch, it will end it with YL, meaning change your ANE into YL. So ethyl, methyl, butyl, na, okay. Pero kung mag-differ po siya sa iyang structure, naa siya isopropyl, for instance. Okay. Napo tayo secondary butyl. Okay. Later on, we'll just discuss that one. No? So, what is it? Your are there, if it is a branch, ma-branch na ganyan mong R, it will end with YL. It will be alkyl. It will no longer be, it will be an alkyl group. So here, it's methyl, ethyl, tanawa. This is methyl. Mawad, pero, makuhaan po na siya usa ka hydrogen, ha? Usa ka hydrogen. That is ethyl, propyl. Take a look. There is a difference between propyl and isopropyl. Manak bisulti kaninyo sa inyo, no? If it is propyl, it's straight. But if it is your CH3 is branched down, it is isopropyl. Tumduma, ha? If this is a branch now, no? If it is straight, this is propyl. But if it is not straight, meaning your alpha carbon here has a branch of your methyl, no? This is isopropyl. Ang butyl na ay upat ka form. You are going to memorize this. The straight one is butyl. Kung naasa nga ni as ikatunga, that is isobutyl. Kung nas permiro is secondary butyl. So, isobutyl, sec-butyl, then tertiary butyl. Kung sunod-sunod. Okay? Memorize this. Be sure to memorize this. No? I repeat. Straight is butyl. Once it is branched at the center, it is isobutyl. Once it is branched on the first carbon, no, it is secondary butyl. Once it is straight line like that, it is tertiary butyl. No, sec lang, sec third. Okay. So, what's the rule in IUPAC naming? So, the name of the alkane with unbalanced chain of carbon consists of prefix. Okay. You are going to name it the straight continuous chain will be your parent chain. And you are going to name it at the last. Ibutang niyo siya sa last, ending with ANE. Second, for branch alkanes, no, take the longest carbon atoms at the parent chain. Kung branch siya, kuhaunin mo ang pinakataas nga longest continuous chain. Okay? That is rule number 2. Rule number 3, each substituent on the parent chain, a name and a number. No, name, then number. The number shows carbon of parent chain which the substituent is bonded. Use hyphen to connect. No? Hyphen, ana ra gina siya. Hyphen, unsa pa yung laing one terms hyphen? It's dash. No? But if it will appear twice, so in your number, use comma. So, for instance, it appears at carbon 2, the 2, then comma 3. Then hyphen dayon, but you will be using now kay duhaman, it's di before you give dimethyl like that, diethyl like that. No? So that is rule number 3. This is it. You look for the parent name. That is 1. That's diba? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's propane, ma'am. Good. But there is a branching at carbon 2. So you place 2 methyl, then 2 dash methyl. Wala siya sa pangani. Wala siya in between. Largo na siya. 2 methyl propane. That's it. Here, That is, if there are one substituent, as I have said, kung magduha gani magtulo, you are going to use now the prefix. Kani, no? Take a look. Kuhaon ninyo asa ang nearest ang branch. Okay. If we will have this as carbon 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning our methyl is at carbon 4, layo ra kay siya. Pero if we will have this as carbon 1, 1, 2, this is the nearest to our carbon. So, that is the rule. Use the nearest. No? Dili magpataka bisag asa ang carbon 1. How are you going to name the carbon 1? How are you going to identify the carbon 1? It should be nearest to the branching. No? This is now the branch. Okay. So, here, meaning 1, 2, the other term for branching is substituent. Pareho na siya. That's 1, 2. So, have that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a methyl at carbon 2. Butang nga nimo ana. This is the line. This is the structural. So, the name of this is 2-methyl pentane. Wrong ang 4-methyl pentane. Okay. And the last one. If the same substituent occurs more than once, number the parent chain from the end. That gives the lowest number to the substituent encountered first. Then, you are going to give the prefix of the substituent or your branch. Kung kaduha siya, nagpakita, di, katulo, tri, kaupat, tetra, kalima, penta, kaunom, 6, so on and so forth. But you are going to use comma. Okay. Then after the comma, hyphen, dayon, di, or tri, or whatever. Here, take a look. So, first thing is, let us look into the nearest to carbon. Kintaw sa nato ang carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's hexane. Ibutang nas pinakalas, hexane. There is a branching. Let us look into it. Asa ta magbutang og carbon 1? Is it carbon 1 here or carbon 1 here? If we will have it carbon 1 here, our branching will be 1, 2, 3. 3. No? Pero kung nga niya, 1, 2. So, this will be our carbon 1. Dili carbon 1 nga niya. Why? Because it is nearest to its substituent. So, this carbon 1, 2. There is a methyl in carbon 2. There is another methyl in carbon 4. Therefore, in writing this, the name of this, that is 2, 4, then dash. No? It's dimethyl. Gamay rin yung mga bata, ha? That's dimethyl hexane. Pero sige na kung dako, correct hapon. That is rule number 5. Rule number 6. Okay. If there are 2 or more different, nanapoy laing mga substituent, no? Na ay methyl, na ay ethyl. Sa may buhaton na to, we will have the alphabetical order. Pero way labot ang di, try ha, di na sila appeal. Na? 1 minute. Sige. Sige. Mag-stop share sa ko kay mo, balik rata. Okay, please, on your camera. I want to see your faces. Uy, kagwapa ni Ruby. Mo din naong ni Bricks. Si Jericho yan. Uy, murag na anis beach si Jericho. Lami kayang kuhan. Okay. Sarah. Si Sarah. Ako man yung estudyante itong una. Sige. Okay? Maura ni? Sige lang. Kay 7:30. Oy, next meeting, 7:30 na ta. Kay masukuan ang uban. Sige. Okay, let me. Okay. Kanasa. Sige. Okay. So, as I have said, if it will have more than 2, we will be having it as substituent. Okay. Then, it will be alphabetical. I think this one. Alphabetical order. Maglisod kong share screen. Okay. So, alphabetical order, for instance, this one, no? And the first thing that you are going to do is, look into the parent chain, the long continuous chain. That is, tanaw ninyo ni, if you will have carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 naman, dili siya long, no? If you will have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gihapon nga niya, 6, kung ana. But if you will have it at straight, how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. So it will have a straight. The next thing that you are going to do is look for the branching. Where is the nearest? If this will be our carbon 1, therefore our first branch is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ka 3 ang methyl. But if you will have it here, it's still the same. 1, 2, 3. Pero, we will have now the so-called, what is it? The so-called alphabetical order. Asa una, ethyl or methyl? Ethyl. So, ang carbon 1 duol sa ethyl. This will be our carbon 1, 2, 3. I repeat. How are you going to name it if there are two branching, no? Two branches or two substituent? You will be looking into the nearest carbon, no? Wherein you have the alphabetical order. No? Kung gani ata carbon 3 ni siya, if this is carbon 3, it's ethyl. If this is carbon 3, gani ata magsugod, it's methyl. No? Pareho ra siya. But the rule says your carbon 1 should be nearest to the alphabetical order. Pinakauna. Ethyl, una then methyl. Therefore, that is carbon 1, 2, 3. There is ethyl in carbon 3. There is methyl in carbon 5. How are you going to write the name of this? 3 hyphen or dash. No? 3 ethyl, 3 dash ethyl. Then sunod, dash 5 dash methyl. What is the parent name? It is 7. 7 carbons is heptane. Therefore, the name of this is 3-ethyl 5-methyl heptane. Okay? So, that is it. Next. Di man ako I want it to be, gusto ko, di man ikasaka, di man makasaka. Di na ko makitaan akong, sige. Next slide. Okay, here. The seventh rule. You're going to add now the prefix. Meaning if your substituent will appear twice, di, thrice, tri, 4 times, tetra, so on and so forth. But it's still in alphabetical order. For instance, this one. This one. Okay. Take a look. How many carbons? Gusto na ko ni mudak ko. Pero samok maning akong di na ko makitaan. Yun na lang. Okay. So, here, what happened here is, sa tuunahon na to, long continuous chain, tapos nearest ang branching. Okay. Mas near ni, kay duha. So, that will be carbon 1. Dili ta mag-carbon 1 nga niya, kay nga naman. If this will be our carbon 1, our branching will be, the first branching will be 1, 2, 3. 3 siya. There is ethyl. But if we will have it here, 2 dayon siya. Okay? Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, largo dayon. What is 6? It is hexane. That is your parent name. Then, there are how many? There is a methyl. There is an ethyl. Unahon ang ethyl kontra sa methyl. Ayaw ninyo apila ang di ha, di, tri, pag kuan sa alphabetical order. It's the name of the alkyl group. Okay, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. There is 4 hyphen ethyl. No? Na ay 4 na ethyl sa carbon number 4. Na ay what? Methyl. Pero kapila? Kaduha. That is 2, 2 hyphen pila di methyl hexane. Dili na yung sakto ha. That is 2 hyphen 2 dash hyphen 2 comma 2 dash or hyphen dimethyl hyphen 4 ethyl hexane. Sayop ni siya, kani siya. That because of rule number 7. I hope you are following. Okay? So that is it. No? That is how to name it. Therefore, here, let us write the IUPAC name. So, here, sa manisya, that is 1, kwintaha, 1, asa man ta magsugod og carbon 1, nganhia, dili nganhia, kay nga naman na branch sa mas doon. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is butane, 4, ha? But there is a branching at carbon 2. Therefore, that is 2 dash or hyphen methyl hyphen, no? Ano? 2 hyphen methyl, then largo dayon, butane. So that is it, mo ni siya. Kani. Ay, okay. Kadumdum mo kato akong sulti sa inyo. This one. Ang propyl kaduha, di ba? Na isopropyl o propyl. Kani basing ani gani ang iyang form, it is an isopropyl. Okay. So, take a look. That is, ang iso, appeal na siya sa alphabetical order, ha? Iso-sec, pareho na siya. Okay. So here, let us have the long continuous chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dili, pwede, no? Kuwang, no? So, ang continuous 6 is hexane, di siya longest. Pero kung i-straight na to pagkwenta ang carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7. So, it's heptane. Na? Our parent name is heptane. Where is our branching? There is a methyl at carbon. Carbon 2. L, M, N, O, P. Okay. There is isopropyl in carbon 4. Dili ingon ko sa inyo basta isosec na iso. Basta iso appeal na sa alphabetical. Asa may una? I or M ang I. Mauna siya ang ngalan. There is isopropyl at carbon 4. There is methyl at carbon 2. Therefore, your name here is 4-isopropyl dash 2 dash methyl heptane. I hope that you are following. Okay, that is the name of that. Okay, another problem here. How are you going to write the molecular formula? No? This will be assignment. Ma'am, assignment na siya. Okay. So, ako nang i-download ninyo para assignment. Ikaduhang assignment, naming. Okay. So, what are its common name? What is these are the common names, no? Ingon ko sa inyo butane, di ba daghan siya, no? Na secondary, na iso, na third. Okay. This iso, no? Alkanes beyond propane is iso, indicates one end of the otherwise unbranched chain. It's an alkyl group nga na-branch pa gyud siya, no? So this is butane. This is isobutane, no? So, kinala, memorize on. This is pentane. This is isopentane. No? But this one, if it is already a branch, that is isobutyl. This one is isopentyl, if it is already a branch or a substituent. Okay. The next thing is, asa man yung mga alkanes? So what is its sources? There are two major sources of alkanes. They are the natural gas and petroleum, no? So the diesel, kana siya, octane, nabiya, high octane, na butane, like that. What is it? That is a natural gas and petroleum. Of course, wala ni sa ato. Tuan na ni siya sa Middle East. Manandato sila, no? So this is the source of your alkane. That is the methane, ethane, no? Butane, propane, the what you call this, the gasoline, the pet, not gasoline, but the fuel, I mean, the fuel for aeroplanes, no, they are using a high octane. Mahal kaay siya. It's high octane. It's not that octane, no? But the diesel that we are using are only medyo barato na siya. Na, the petroleum. That's it. Why it is being termed as unleaded or leaded? Unleaded, meaning wala pa siya lead kay gibutang. And what happened is the fumes of the, no, if it will be as a fuel for your automobiles, what will happen is this will emit lead, which is not good, no. But this is cheaper. But leaded gani, meaning it is add on, no, meaning your gasoline is being add on with lead in order that it will not emit that substance nga lead, no, meaning leaded, meaning it is being add on with, no, a chemical substance in order that it will take out the lead. Mo nang leaded. Dili ingon nga lead mugawas ang lead. No, the unleaded mas barato kay nga naman it is not yet processed much, wherein it is no add-on, wherein paggawas niya as fumes, no, in the tambocho of your automobiles, naa siya may emit paghihapon nga lead particles. And lead, my goodness, is not good for our lungs. That is why, no, if you have come across traveling in Metro Manila, no, pag ana ninyo sa inyong ilong, uy, daghang anuos, apil na siya sa lead. Yes, no? Why? Because of too much, no, fumes coming from automobiles. We are lucky here in the province kay wala kay tabian kay ko. Sige, next. Okay. We are now in cycloalkanes. What are cycloalkanes? Meaning it is in a form of a ring. Okay. So cycloalkanes are saturated hydrocarbon that contains carbon atoms bonded in a form of ring. So instead of, diba, CH3, no more. CH2 ra gyud na siya. So basta ang ani gani, that is cyclo, no? Basta ring na gani, no? Wala, basta way double bond pa ha. It's cyclo. It's cyclobutane. Why? How many sides? Diba, ang line, ana naman straight. Basta kay, kung alkane, straight ra ba ya? Na, diba? Ana. Pero gani siya ring, it is a cycloalkane. How are you going to count the carbon? Of course, count it out. Bawal gyapon by side. So, pila ni ka side? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4 is butane, but you add cyclo. Okay? This one, pila ka side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pentane, but it is already in a ring. It is cyclopentane. So, this is the ring, pero mo ni ang structural niya. Basta mga cyclo gani, H2, H2, H2 na siya. Na? Okay. This is cyclopentane. This one is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is hexane, but it is in a ring. It is cyclohexane. Okay? That is it. Sayang ra ang naming sa cyclo. No? So, here, how are you going to write this? Okay. We have an iso. This is cyclo. Unahon ni mo na siya. No? This is your parent name. No? Ayun na yung butang carbon 1. Basta kay kung asa siya na-attach, siya naman usa, wala na yung carbon 1. So, what is this? This is a pentane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in a form of cyclo. Therefore, that is your parent name. Cyclopentane. Unsa iyang branch? There is an isopropyl. Therefore, isopropyl cyclopentane. Kani? Adoy. This is third. Tertiary butyl. Katuin ko sa inyo nga straight gani, that is tertiary. Okay. Naapag yoy methyl ganhi kani kun butangan na gyud ninyo og numbering. Asa ang number? O ang parent unsa ni? Pila ka side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's a cyclohexane. But asa may una? It's the butyl, no? Kani, butyl, no? Butyl, una ang methyl. Therefore, ang carbon 1 ninyo is nga na sa butyl. Na? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Pareho rin po nga niya. Pwede rin nga niya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There is, in one carbon 1, there is third. Sherry, ayo apila si third, ha? Si butyl ra ang alphabetical. It is 1 tertiary butyl third. Ayun na butang tertiary. Basta third ra ang kuan niya. 1/3 butyl dash. Asa ang methyl? 4. Dash na 1/3 butyl na 4 methyl. What is the parent name? It's cyclohexane. Okay, that is it. Then the alkane, the conformation. What's the conformation? This is the rotation of your, this is the three-dimensional arrangement of your molecule. No? So, pwede na siya maana-ana. No? So, ang i-rotate ni mo ni 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a butane. No? I-rotate ni mo ni, pwede siya ing-ana, pwede po ing-ani. This rotation is 120. This rotation is 160. Not much on that. Okay. So, this is cyclopentane, ang iyang ball and stick model. This is cyclohexane, kani-kani. Then this is the chair. Dili lang sa kaitaan ng chair kay makuha nato na siya sa where ngadto na nato ni makuha sa organic. Ngadto pagkuha mo anang organic. That is, I'm just showing you what is the chair formation here. Okay? Di man ako ma-share. Okay. One of, no, an example of this cyclo, no, is found in this tetradoxine. Na? What is this? This is a cycloalkane, no, which is found in the puffer fish. O sa puffer fish, kana bang mga butiti? O sana? Kanang mga dagko bitaw nga mga isda. Butiti tawag nga naay mga tusok. Okay, dili makaon, and that is a puffer fish. Ngano mang di siya makaon? Because there is poison in it. No? Just read about it. Okay. So this is the cyclohexane. No? The conformation of a cyclohexane wherein it has 6-membered ring, and every hydrogen, no, every hydrogen has 2 like that. No? Okay. CH2, 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 and it is in a form of cyclo, 6-membered ring. What more? Oh, here. What do you mean by cis and trans? Cis and trans structure of a cycloalkane, it means if you talk about cis, meaning they are on same side. Then the trans is, it is in the opposite side. For example, no, isomers that has a connection between the different arrangement. They have the same structure. Lahat ni siya cis of trans. They have the same molecular formula. They have the same structure, but they will differ in the conformation of the structure. In what way? It is the arrangement of the atom. If it has same side, pareho up, that is cis, pareho down, cis gapon na siya. But the other one is on the left, the other one is on the right. It is opposite, trans na siya. The other one is on the upper, then downward, opposite, it is trans. They are called as geometric isomers. What are geometric isomers? They have the same molecular formula. They have the same structural formula, but they will just differ in its geometry, or they will just differ in its formation. The other one is cis, the other one is trans. Okay. So, what happened here? They have stereocenters. What are stereocenters? Ang stereocenters, kailangan tetrahedral na siya. Upat ang branching. Na? That is it. We are running out of time. Kailangan mo ang tani. Na? For instance, here, kani, this is same side. Let us count first how many carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a cyclopentane. Na? Cyclopentane. But they are cis. Ngano cis? Same side sila. Kung anhia, same side na siya. No? So, it is, all you have to do is you can have it here. Pwede na carbon 1, 2. Diba? Okay. 1, 2. Pwede na siya 1, 2, then dimethyl cyclopentane. Or you can just name it as cis 1, 2 dimethyl cyclopentane. Pareho na gyapon siya. Correct na gyapon na. If you have 1, 2 dimethyl cyclopentane or cis 1, 2 dimethyl cyclopentane. Correct gyapon siya. This one, no? If it is now in the opposite side, kani nga ni ang CH3 sayop niya, kani nga ni ang CH3, the other one is na nga to. Okay, so what will be the name of that? That is 1, 2, 3. That is 1, 3 dimethyl cyclopentane or trans 1, 3 dimethyl cyclopentane, like that. Another one, this one. If you have, how many sides are this? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's a cyclohexane, ma'am. Yes. And let us look into the branching. Now, you can have this as carbon 1. Pwede po ni carbon 1. Pareho naman siya. If you will have this as carbon 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, there is a methyl, but it is in a trans. No? Pwede lang 1, 4 dimethyl cyclohexane. Or you can have what? 1 trans 1, 4 dimethyl cyclohexane. Okay? Kani? Mauna siya. Kana, pwede po na siya, mauna siya. Pareho na siya. Kani? It is same side na ni siya. This one. Dili ni mao ha? Di mao. Same side meaning kanang naangan na. Sayop niya. Kana, nag-anak kintahay. This is same side na siya. Therefore, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have cis 1, 4 dimethyl cyclohexane, or it's still the same. 1, 4 dimethyl cyclohexane. Sayop ni siya, dili ni maungan niya. Kani, pwede na siya ngani, kana, ang CH3. This one, CH3 nga ha. Pwede na po sa taas, CH3 nga to. No? Okay. That is an alkane. Huh? So, the melting point of an alkane, we are now in the properties. It has a very high melting point. Boiling point and melting point are very high. No? Because it has a very high molecular weight also. Okay, here. No? So, these are the properties. Take a look at the molecular weight. No? This is methane. This is the melting point. That is 182. Melting point. Grabe ka, ubos ka ang melting point. It's negative 182. Here, the boiling point, ubos po. No? So, that is it. It is in a form of liquid. Ang liquid, gikan sa, 10 minutes. Sige, kayot lang ha. Ang liquid is gikan sa methane, ethane, propane, butane. No? So, these are 4 in a form of liquid. The rest are in a form of, methane, ethane, propane, it in a form of gas. No? The rest it is in a pwede ra siya duha, liquid or in a form of gaseous, no? That is a density. Pero ubos kay ang density sa methane, it could not be computed. It's very, very small, no? So alkanes containing 1 to 4 carbons are gases at room temperature. Alkanes containing 5 to 17 carbons are colorless liquids, no? So high molecular weight of alkanes, those containing gikan sa 18 up na carbons, no? That is the physical properties of unbranched alkane. No? So this paraffin wax is an example of, no, an alkane, paraffin wax, the petroleum, no, so on and so forth. What more? Okay. No need for that. How about the solubility? Of course, it always comes up with its like dissolves like, because these are non-polar compounds. Of course, this will only be dissolved with a non-polar compounds, not ionic. Ionic are polar compounds. No. So alkanes tend to have that kind of conformation that it will only be dissolved with non-polar solvent. In most cases in the laboratory, we are using this toluene and diethyl ether or we are using the dichloromethane, kana siya, no? Before we are using benzene, but benzene is carcinogenic. It will cause cancer-causing substance. So we tend to use the dichloroethane. Kana ang siyang pinaka-common karon. But we can use also toluene and diethyl, pero mahal siya in the laboratory. So, no, its density. In most cases, the density of alkanes ranges from 0.7 gram per ml. Ang pinakataas niya is 0.8. No? So all liquids and solid alkanes are less dense. No? Mas lesser iyang density compared with water. That is why this will float. No? Mabitong gasolina, nas ibabaw sa tubig. Ngano man? Because it is, dili mas bugat ha. You are not going to use that word. Mas heavy man siya, ma'am. No, it's less dense or more dense. Dili heavy. No, heavy conforms to the weight. If you talk about dense, meaning it's about density. So it's less dense. That is why petroleum tend to float in. No, that mao gani kung wa pay di pa ni siya di pa ang characteristic, no? Wala untay oil spill. Muadtong tas ilalom ang oil. Dili siya. It is at the upper portion. No? Ngano man? Because petroleum, no, gasoline are less dense compared with H2O. Okay. So, these are its physical properties. Ina kamo na kuan na lang na. Okay. So, we will discuss more add-on pa ta kay basig mo di na pud ta mawa na pud ta galit o walay closure. I will stop my sharing. I will just have it by next meeting a small of this. Okay? I will stop now sharing. Then let me see your faces for the second round. Okay, nawag kalit samok maning. No. Now. So taas-taas atong nahuman ha. Malatag naming. Yo, mo din is Jubani nga nadugay og sulod sa atong klase. Picture ta. Hazel, Monique. Oh, hello Monique. Kanis Monique naglanglain og Oh. Monique. Christian. Sige. So next meeting 7:30 na ta ha. So you will have the activities. I will download all of it. Not by 4 minutes. I will download all of it in our LMS. ang inyong activity. There will be assignment again. Di sa ako mag-quiz. Mag-quiz ko next Friday. Next Friday. But there will be assignments. Okay. Instead of sit work, assignment. Oh. Gwapo ang backdrop ni Rubino. Oh, si Jave po. Gwapong backdrop. Gwapo. Oh. Ani. Oh. So, Jerry ko ganahan ko aning iya kay murag dagat ni. Oh, sana all makadtog dagat. Jeren, Christian, Bricks. Ikaw, Bricks, nagtalikod pagyapon ka. Bricks. Sige.
Sorry, ma'am.
Oh, kana, Bricks. Ay, pagtalikod-talikod. Oh, Christian. Oh, sige. Oh, by the way, I'm always checking the attendance. Diba yung ako sa inyo ang 10% sa attendance? May na lang pamawi. Uy, kaluoy ba po daanan na ning kamot? Ito, no? Mahal ba yan ang pagpa-load? Data, ma'am, mahal. Tapos, pangit pag yun imong gusto, ma'am, Zoom pag yun. Sorry, mga bata. Zoom lagi akong balaan. Nga ma-record. Di ko kabalo tong Google Class, Google Meet. Di ko ka-record at to. So, luoy tong walay internet. So, bahin-bahin lang ta. Pero bahin po, tas grado. Wa mo mag-internet, tanaw mo sa lecture ni ma'am sa video, wala mo yung 10%. Ano mo na siya? Diba? Sayang po. Giovanni, Jeffy, Christian, Hazel. Sige lang kayo mga ngalan na ang mga nina. Okay. Sige. Let's have a picture and we will call it a day. A day. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. So, goodbye everyone. Keep safe. Walay laag. Sige, kabala na. Muabot ng vaccine. Kalaag na.
Lingan raman.
Kadto na mong SM. Pero kani mga bata-bata pag naong, para si JV, di ni kadtog SM kay bata pag naong. Si John, di ni. Dili madawat. Oh, ako, madawat ko sa SM. Makasulod.
Ako rin, ma'am. Baby face mo, ma'am.
Di na sila lisog kayo, di na kinahalag quarantine pass. Ang kinahalan na lang nila is naamoy ID nga nagpamatuod nga 18 na mo kapit. Okay. Pero kana mga young face di na kasulod. Sige, bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
LMS.
Thank you, ma'am.
Safe.
Bye-bye.
Po, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you po.
Bye-bye.